Oh, this is yum.
The dish we are making is Hainanese chicken. So पहले इसमें पानी में स्प्रिंग अनियन और बड़े बड़े जिंजर के पीसेस और गार्लिक के का एक पूरा पॉट डाल दिया और उसको 15 मिनट्स बॉईल किया. And now we have put 3 thighs into it. और अभी ये बॉईल होगा 15 मिनट. फिर ये सूप बनेगा. So basically chicken निकाल के and this will be the soup we'll eat. We are gonna cut it into slices. That chicken will be very flavorful because of the and then we'll eat it with rice.
Okay, so this thing is simmering on low flame.
With the chicken since last 10 minutes and just the broth for 35 minutes. So you can see the chicken is cooking well and I've put the entire leg piece into the broth. If you can see, with a lot of spring onion and ginger and garlic. Yeah. And salt. And ginger, the way I've cut ginger is, let me show you a ginger piece. Yeah. Big
ginger.
chunks of ginger.
Roundels, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So
and whole garlic
whole of
pods.
garlic. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you see I don't know if you can see,
The
but there's
colour of the
oil
broth,
on the entire water as well. The bones in the chicken. So you need to use chicken with bones. I cannot do anything. You have to. So around 30-35 minutes. Now I'll take out the chicken and let the broth simmer again with the bones. So what I'll do is कि मैं individually ये सारे chicken को निकाल लूँगी. Taken out all the chicken and all. I'll separate out the bones from this chicken and put it back into the broth. What I've done is I've taken out the chicken from the broth and I'm putting it into the ice water, giving it an ice bath. Okay. Because what happens is the chicken keeps on cooking if it is hot, and what this will do is it will stop it from cooking anymore and it will not get overcooked. And what I'll do is I'll put this back into the broth. Into the broth. And the broth will simmer for 10-15 more minutes. And what I'll do is I'll remove the bones from the chicken and put it back here. So I'll take all of these out and just separate out the bones. So without breaking the chicken much, my task is to separate out the bones. Just take out the bones from this. It's very hot right now. You can leave it for 10 minutes, 5 minutes and then do it. It will be easier, but I'm doing it right now because people are hungry in the house. So I've just taken out this chicken and then bone, and then whatever bone is there which is not edible, you take it out and you collect it and put it back into the broth. Because the bone has bone marrow into it, which makes the broth tastier.
Yeah.
So I've taken out the bone. This, you always need to use chicken with bone. Okay. You need that soup, right, with the Hainanese chicken. And you don't need to cleanly remove it because all of it will get into the broth. You're not actually wasting anything. Yeah, slightly. And I can't break it completely. I want to remove it as cleanly as possible. This is the last piece. Oh, bone. Yes.
So here we have.
So I have the bone. Putting it in the soup again for 10-15 minutes. And this water can be thrown now. Yeah, so I'll make the rice in the cooker And I'll take out the ginger and garlic from this. There is a lot of ginger garlic in here which I had put, and I'll mash it into the rice before cooking the rice. So I'll take out individual ginger pieces and all of these garlic pieces that I've put in. I'll take it out, separate it. So you take out each of these garlic pieces. Now what I'll do is I'll take out a little bit of broth from here and sieve it, and this will go into my rice. So the rice will get cooked into it, and rest of it I'll put it back. So this is my soup which is still simmering, and I've taken out the broth for my rice. I have soaked the rice for around half an hour, 45 minutes now. 1.5 cup of rice. The rice is in the same manner you make rice. You just soak it in. Put that amount, instead of water you just put the broth. That is the only difference. The way you cook rice, you just put all the soaked rice into I've washed it a couple of times and then soaked it for 30 minutes. You put it in the pressure cooker.
So now this broth has got all the flavors of ginger, garlic, chicken, and a bit of salt is also there inside.
A bit of salt is also there.
Okay.
And then you just put it in the rice. So this is simply you're just replacing the water by this broth.
Okay.
So how much ever water you need to put in your rice, you put, instead of that, put the broth. And this gives a very good flavor of it. And what else I do is ginger and garlic, I take it and I mash it into the rice so that nothing gets wasted. I peel it off. Since it's boiled, it peels off very easily, and I'll just mash it into the rice. And I'm just mashing it roughly, the ginger and the garlic in the rice. Roughly I'm just mashing it, whatever gets mashed. I'm using my hand because there's no other way of, you cannot use a masher to do this. So yeah, and hopefully this is the right amount of water. The rice was soaked all that, and you just close it and cook it the way you normally do. Yeah. On high flame.
Now we'll switch off the flame.
Now we are gonna make a chutney for the Hainanese chicken. So what we have here is we have a kadhai, warm kadhai, as in I'm heating it up, and I'll put some neutral oil in it. So the neutral oil will be anything. You can use olive oil
or sunflower oil.
Sunflower oil, whatever. But I'm health conscious, so I'll use really less oil, right? And I'll put the ginger, garlic, and I've put a little bit of onion, part of spring onion into it. And that depends on how much chutney you want to make. All of it equal. 1 quart of garlic, same amount of ginger, and then 2 small onion, part of the spring. Okay. You can use any onion. I had spring onion, so I put. And I'll just fry it slightly and remove the raw smell.
Okay. So this we are going to eat with our rice.
Right.
So we have put it on low flame.
Very low flame. And this will fry for 1 to 2 minutes.
So whatever is left inside the jar, that we are mixing with little bit of water, and we'll shake, and then this also will go into this. Smell is everywhere.
That's the power of ginger and garlic.
Okay.
So now this is a chili powder that I've got from Thailand. So you can use any other chili, kuti mirch, whatever red chili you have got. And this is basically a very spicy chutney. This is basically a red chili chutney only.
Okay.
So I'm putting a lot of it.
It will become very hot then.
And that's fine. You use little bit of it The point is that it is a chili chutney only.
Okay. So something like Momo's chutney. The chutney
More
which is
than
so-
that. More than
okay.
that.
It's going
So
to be.
in Hainanese chicken, what you do is the dish we are making is Hainanese chicken. So what you do is you eat it with red chili. So I'm putting in ginger and garlic into it to make it less spicy.
Okay. So this chutney is going to be really hot.
Just a couple of minutes, just whenever the raw smell goes away. I'm just putting a little bit of salt. Just a little bit of salt just for taste in the chutney. And I'll also put a little bit of sugar. I should have put this sugar in the oil, but you can put it anytime. Just a little bit of quarter spoon. And the another ingredient that we put in this is a little bit of soy sauce. So now we'll also put a little bit of soy sauce in it. I'm using dark soy sauce here, and you can put a spoonful of dark soy sauce. So that is a spoonful of dark soy sauce.
So the color is also changed
Yeah.
from what it was in the starting
Yeah. And now the water that I had in the
jar.
I'll just put that in. And mix it all well. I'll just taste it just to make sure that it's quite spicy the way it should be. So your chutney is ready now. Have a look at the texture.
Yeah, it's looking perfect
Yeah.
and hot.
And hot. Yeah.
After this, we are going to have a look on the broth which we are making with the chicken.
And then what I'll do is I'll just sieve the soup now. Spoil the broth. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just sieving all the soup out. So this is the best part. The soup is generally along with the rice. But I need to put, once I've sieved it, I need to put some spring onion into it. So I'm cutting the spring onion very
Fine.
thinly, slicing it. Yeah, should be sufficient. Put it into the broth. Wow, and the soup is ready. Just thinly slice the chicken.
Okay.
Wow.
This is internet process.
So the way how they serve it is they boil the entire chicken. They make it with the entire chicken with skin. However, in
Whole
India,
chicken.
we don't like eating skin, so this is skinless chicken. But in actual Hainanese chicken, they use the entire chicken and
They cook it.
in the broth with the skin. So yeah.
And we're just gonna make a chili soy dip.
Okay.
I love green chilies and the smell of it. Usually I want to always dip it in vinegar. I do not have vinegar at home. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some soy sauce, dip it in soy and put a little bit of lemon, squeeze a lemon into it, and I think
That will be done.
that will be done. It's smelling hot, huh? Okay, let's try to use the this has enough salt.
Open.
Okay.
The rice is cooked. I want to make a shape out of the rice. So what I'll do is I'll just put it into a bowl and press it. The rice is smelling very, very good. I'm pressing it so that we can. What I'll do is I'll just invert it into it. Okay. And then I'll just put chicken. And this is the chutney I made. So I'll put a bit of
Ginger, garlic, and lots
and lots of chili.
Chilies.
So I'm just putting a little bit of it, and then a little bit of soup in it.
It is very light yet very delicious.
So if you like what we have made, do like, share and subscribe our channel. And if you have any questions, write in the comment below. Bye.
You say yum yum.
Wow, this is yum.